tap in with y'all real quick. I want to tell y'all today is pretty much just, man, focus on each level. Don't skip no levels, just for the simple fact that each level brings upon lessons that you'll need in the future. You know, you don't want to be a beginner in skill, but trying to jump up to an expert. You know what I mean? You won't execute on a level that they execute on. And that reason is because they don't went through those trials and tribulations to get them to that point in which they could be labeled as an expert. You know, that's just like, you know, for example, dribbling a basketball. At one point, you was only dribbling it with one hand, then you was able to, you know, put both hands on the ball. To the point now you're doing crossovers and running and so on and so forth, so you're able to do a layup and shoot a jump shot. You know, the same person that's learning how to dribble is not going to be in that same league as that person that didn't learn that jump shot, simply because he didn't put in that time and that effort to be able to master that craft, to move up to those levels. So as simple as that first step, dribbling that basketball, is just as important as shooting that shot. So you want to take each and every level step by step and learning to master each one. You know, and that's just, you know, when it comes to mastering each level, just because you may have a hard time getting over one hump doesn't mean that take you back to ground zero. You know, that's just like playing a video game. If you on one level, just because you keep, you know, losing at that board doesn't mean it's going to put you back to the beginning of the game. No, you will go back to that same level until you learn how to master it. You know, and eventually you will figure out your weaknesses at that given level. And once you overcome them, that's a moment that you won't forget. You know, you'll be able to, you know, execute at a different skill point, simply because you don't went through those trials and tribulations to elevate you to that next level. You know, a lot of people just want these things to fall in their lap, these levels and this success and this money and these things, you know what I mean? They want it to fall in their lap, not really understanding that the real win out of becoming successful is not only the valuable things in regards of materialistic things, it's the person you become on that road. You know, the person that you become is the most important thing, because now you're a different person. It took a different person to achieve the things that you were trying to set out to do. You know, and that's more important than anything. A lot of people, you know, simply want to elevate but stay the same. And that's just not ideal. You know, look at yourself right now and look at the person you was 10 years ago. If $1 million was to drop in your lap right now, what would you do? Are you more of the bad person that you were 10 years ago, or have you elevated to a different level in which you know what to do with that money? You know, like it's just all lessons and levels to life overall. You got to understand the difference of being ready for certain things. You know, me personally, you would have put $1 million in my lap simply even 5 to 7 years ago, opposed to now, I would have did two completely different things with it. You know, and that goes, you know, pretty much saying it within itself. It's levels. I had to go to another level mentally. I had to go to another level in my mind to be able to understand the difference. So man, that's a huge takeaway. Just simply don't try to skip any levels at all, man. And then another reason is just simply, say for instance, $1 million, whatever, fall out the sky into your lap, opposed to you actually working towards $1 million and earning it, going from, you know, 100,000 to 250 to 500,000 up into that million. It'd be a different ball game in your eyes, because you know what it took to turn that 100 into 2, turn that 2 into 5, turn that 5 into 10. You was going through those levels. You understood, and now you understand what it takes to get through each and every level. So when it comes to elevating and doing it one more time, man, you will be on top of your game. It would be much simpler because you done passed those levels. You know, that $1 million is not gonna keep falling out the sky for you, and you will cherish it different. You will understand if it took a lot when it was time to turn that 2 into that 5, you know what I mean? You're going to move a little bit different. Your mind is going to move a little bit different. Your actions is going to move a little bit different. You're not just going to go blow that money because you know, like, man, it took X, Y, and Z for me to execute on this, on behalf of this goal I'm trying to reach. So why would I just go blow it or, you know, do anything of that nature? But if $1 million fall on your lap, you like, shit, this may can happen again. So I'm going to go do the things that I never was able to do. I'm going to go buy that nice car, buy a nice house, get a chain or a watch, you know, whatever excites you. You know what I mean? Not knowing that was your opportunity right there and you blew it. But that's what comes with a mentor. If you ready when these blessings come into your life, you won't just crash out. You'll take them on and execute and attack. So understand there's levels, man. There's levels all around. Everywhere you look, it's a level. Whether you in corporate America, it's levels to the job you in. You either a worker, it's a person over him, and then you got the boss. You know, if you in school, you got first graders all the way up to 12th graders. You on a football team, Little League, you got the younger kids, then you got the older kids out there playing. You got freshmen to senior. You get where I'm going with this. It's always levels. You're not going to jump right in high school and go right to a senior because you're simply not ready. You know what I mean? You're not going to see a 5th grader going to college because they're simply not ready. Not the average one, I should say. You know, so man, respect each level, take in each level, embrace each level, and continue to level up.